The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign, trusted by over 500 NFL players for their winning smiles, and broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now your host, Nicole Hutchison.
Good morning. Welcome into Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign here in the SWBC studio. We live, baby, bringing you the morning wake up call that you
Wake
needed.
up!
Nicole Hutchison, Brianna Aldridge, Aisha Morrison. Ladies, what's up? What's popping? How y'all
Good
doing this
morning. Happy Wednesday.
Yeah,
It's a great day.
Little one day closer to game day.
I think I
Ready
need
to
a
turn
little
the
more
page.
Aisha. Need a little bit more Aisha.
What?
Yeah?
You need a little bit more from
Need
me?
you to execute.
I am executing.
Yeah.
I'm awake.
It's fine. All right, ladies, Cowboys, Giants kick off at noon in AT&T Stadium. Want to break down offense, Giants offense, Cowboys defense, how they kind of match up. And we saw the Giants struggle in every category.
Mercy.
But we're going to start the run game. You talk about the Giants only being able to rush for 74 yards. Their quarterback, Russell Wilson, rushing for more yards than their entire running back committee. But, you know, what did Washington's front, we'll start with the front, defensive front. What did Washington's front do so well to kind of bottle up the Giants' run game?
Exist.
Okay.
I know they didn't have to do much, to be honest.
Wait.
Cool.
And that's just facts. Like, I watched a little bit, and it didn't really take long to see. I thought it was one of the stats I thought was pretty interesting. So the Commanders last season, they typically, like, their blitz stats is like a little bit over 40%. Like, if you look at 2024, in this game, under 27% on Wilson's drop back passes, and then for 48%, that's how they pressured Wilson, and that's just what their regular front four. And they didn't really have to blitz. They didn't have to do anything special. But when they did, it ate up Russell Wilson, like ate him up. But the biggest thing all game is that they were bringing the pressure, and Wilson looked very uncomfortable because he could not hang in that pocket. He had no time in the pocket. It didn't matter what they threw at him, and we'll get into it, I know, very here soon, but that O-line is shaky. I know you opened the show saying that they struggled everywhere, but the O-line is going to be the death of that team. Giants fans, let's be thankful for the Cowboys. I know both these teams are coming in looking for their first win of the season, but I think walking away from Philly, you kind of saw from the Cowboys some optimism. And it wasn't like one group was just getting tainted. There was some things from certain areas that you're like, okay, and you saw adjustments. The Giants never had adjustments. I think the Giants really went cold after that second quarter. The red zone issues. I think they opened their offensive drive with 16 plays, and they came up with 3 points. Didn't get a single touchdown. We didn't even know a couple days ago who the starting quarterback was going to be because Russell Wilson struggled so bad. And I'm not even going to just tank everything on Russell Wilson. I think there was some things he could have avoided to make things better, but he was literally running for his life most of the game. And I know a lot of Giants fans want to see Dart go in there and take things over, but also I understand the other side. If you have an O-line that's struggling, do you want to throw in your rookie QB?
Well, I think it's also wanted to make sure we do point out they were without their starting tackle, Andrew Thomas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
left
that
tackle.
would've-
Definitely.
I don't know
Yes.
if that would have made a difference, but that was a factor. And the Giants last year used the 5th most combinations in offensive line in the NFL. So that has been a struggle for them. Definitely a advantage the Cowboys do have. But Aisha, what you got? Sorry.
Yeah, no. That's where I was going. Is that you know Andrew Thomas is the best offensive lineman on that line, and he was absent. Had a foot injury last year. Still trying to find his way back from that. Also, too, Lord, I mean, Evan Neal. Who is not that great of a right tackle and hasn't been for a while. He's been out with the AC joint sprain. So they have really almost a full backup offensive line outside of their center playing playing and starting for that offensive line right now, and it is there's just no push. There is no. I mean, when they was running the ball, y'all. It's just non-existent, and Tracy is a pretty good running back. Got to see his college tape. He had some decent runs in that game, but it's just when your offensive line can't run or pass block, baby, you got to pick a struggle. You got to be able to do one, and they can't do neither one. So offensively, they are very pigeonholed, and I think you make a great point, Bree. It's like right now at this point with this offensive line, it don't matter. It don't matter if they put Daxton Dart back there. And even though I do think that some of Daxton Dart's, I think his ability to get the ball out a little bit quicker would help him right now. I think Russell Wilson holds onto the ball a little too long for my liking at this point in his career. It still would be rough. And there's not enough on their offensive side. Like, I think they have, like, Slayton, we got a lot of respect for Slayton. Neighbors, we got a lot of respect for him. It doesn't matter. Because the quarterback, if he sit back there too long, is sprinting and running and hopping. So that's really it. Is this offensive line is poor, y'all.
Yeah. So what is it that they do if they do anything well in this run game? Do they do anything well, Aisha? Break it down.
I mean, really, the only thing that I can say that they do well, quote unquote, is that they have a nice receiving core. They do. They have a pretty good receiving core. We know what Malik Neighbors is capable of. We know that Darius Slayton is a guy that's been there for a long time. Good route runner, has a good feel. He is a fantastic security blanket. Wan'Dale Robinson, he's kind of their Swiss Army knife that they get involved, kind of like how the Cowboys use Kevontae Turpin, being able to use him in the slot, out the backfield, all these things. And then also, too, Theo Johnson, their tight end, like, they have a decent receiving core. They just can't use it when this offensive line is this poor. So it's like if he does get time to block it up, I do think Russell Wilson will be able to move down the field and get some efficiency from the offensive side of the ball. But baby,
Yeah.
I guess it's more clear why Malik Neighbors was crashing out in the first half of week 1.
Bye.
And it's hard to even really get what they can do because, I mean, for the Cowboys, Brian Schottenheimer preaches every week, it starts in the trenches. The offensive line for the Giants gave up 13 pressures. 11 of them came from the interior offensive line. If you want to talk about the weak spot, I know as a unit, obviously they're not playing on one accord, but if you want to talk about the weak spot, it's the interior line. Greg Van Roten. I should know that because he was in Buffalo in 2022 briefly when I was there. He is arguably the weakest point. He's also a veteran, which is kind of surprising that he can't at least be serviceable. Very slow off the snap. Always seemed like a half second behind. Allowed a lot of early inside pressure. And he was on the ground a lot compared to some of the other guys. That's never good. That's never good when your right guard's on the ground. But the guards are definitely the weakest point of this. Their center, he's actually...
John Michael Schmitz?
He's actually had a lot of promise coming out of the draft.
Absolutely he did. It's a unit.
But
it's a unit. And when the rest of the people, to your point, like when the rest of the people can't block around you, baby, you look a little worse.
Yeah.
What you got?
They have nothing, like if you compare it to, and I'm just thankful for what we got because honestly,
That's crazy saying that this year. Wow.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Even this unit last year, like, I mean, Zach Martin retires. What do the Cowboys do? They go draft Tyler Booker. Like, they don't mess around. The Giants have drafted 5 linemen in their last 4 draft classes. One of them is on the field Thursday night, and the other one wasn't a starter. Bo is his last name. He went in there, and I felt he's actually, like, if you listen to Giants fan, he has, like, the most promise. Why can't I remember his first name? Mr. Bo.
My bad, I got you.
He came in at left tackle for 2 snaps, and they set him up not for success. That's my point. That I was bringing.
No, that's a receiver. Tater tots.
Well, that's the only goal I got on his depth chart.
No, his last name, Bo?
Marcus.
Okay.
Marcus Bo. It's spelled M.
Okay.
The M is silent. M.
Okay.
The M is silent. Yeah.
I was like looking like I know I'm not crazy looking at this.
No.
Got it.
But I was bringing up to the point that they've drafted 5 linemen in the last 4 years. 2 of them made the field. 1 of them is a starter. So they are literally counting on free agency, bringing in veteran guys in rotation, and there's no real foundation for that offensive line. And that is something, again, why I'm thankful for the Cowboys, because they've been able to hit the jackpot a couple times when you look at who are starting O-linemen when it comes to draft and developing guys. 2 snaps that Bo came in and played the left tackles. We know, like when Nicole said, the left tackle's out. But when they kind of switched things up and brought him in, the first one they declared him as a eligible receiver, and it was when they got to the red zone and Russell Wilson targeted the offensive tackle, overthrew it, and I'm just like, why would you? If it's not working, it's like they tried to do like a special trick play, if you will, and it's like they tried to be a little of last year's Detroit Lions, and it went so bad. I'm like, why would you do that to this kid who's like, okay. And then the second snap he had at left tackle, he was moved off and got punked a little bit off the line of scrimmage, and he ran into his own running back, and it's kind of like a joke on Twitter. I'm just like, they're just not setting the young guys up for success.
I mean, coming into this season with this offensive line, to me, it was them not setting them up for success from the start. Honestly, too, like let me say though, like this is indicative of a lot of what the NFL is. To be honest, you know, like good offensive line play is a luxury development. Hitting on the draft, all that stuff. So I like when you say you're grateful for what the Cowboys have, like that. The Texans would like a word. It's a lot of teams in the NFL that are going through this exact same thing where they got a couple of guys that can play and the rest of the gentlemen on the offensive line struggle, and it really makes things harder. Now Runyon is a guy that I am familiar with, their left guard. He will give you some at all their offensive line. He's great at the highest. But more than anything, he will give you some efficiency in the pass game. But again, like I said, the run game, it is a collective effort. And if these guys aren't moving nobody off the ball, baby.
It's
nobody.
And there was a lot of optimism about Scatterbo. And I saw him make a play, and he was able to. He's very physical. He had a really good block that allowed Neighbors to get that really good play downfield. I wonder if that's something. I just feel like I liked his tape in college.
I did too.
He was somebody that I was like,
but the problem is that they don't move people off the ball enough for him to be. He's somebody that literally looks for contact. He's already being contact. He's being contacted off the line. So it's kind of like. So they need people who can make people miss in the backfield, and that's not even Tyron Tracy's game either. He's not super like shifty. I'm going to, I'm not going to just Tyron, my bad. But yeah, he's not somebody that's going to make a whole bunch of people miss in the open field. He is an efficient running back, but that's not his game. So they don't even have the runner, and that's why Wan'Dale Robinson last week was able to kind of get going because he is kind of shifty at the backfield, so he can make people miss even though your offensive line is missing.
But baby, he ain't no Kevontae Turpin, let me tell you.
No, he not. And hopefully we see some more Kevontae Turpin this week.
That would be nice.
Right.
That would be nice.
Yeah, talking about this interior defensive line, where Bree, you hit it on the nail. You know, their interior on their offensive line is their weakness. So this could be some opportunities again for Kenny Clark. Man, I mean,
can't wait to talk about more.
Yes, we're so excited to talk about this defense
again. Right, it's great. But no, Osa Odigizua, Solomon Thomas, obviously backing up Osa. Jay Thoia getting some more opportunities because I don't know. Jerry Jones hinted to possibly Mozzie Smith, going on the inactives list again. But just talk about that interior defensive line. How much of an advantage do they have coming in?
Well. I mean,
big one.
Well, first of all, after you go up against a Philly offensive line,
a little drop off.
Yeah.
You might feel like you can conquer the world after that, especially then. So I mean, I think that this will be a good game for Dallas's defensive line to carry over what they did in the second half of Thursday's game and continue to do that. I felt like throughout the game, even though the linebackers struggled in the first half, the defensive line was setting those guys up to be able to run the alley and to be able to come in and fill gaps. So I do think this is a good opportunity for Osa Odigizua, like you talked about, Kenny Clark, Jay Thoia, for them to settle in and to be able to stop the run and be able to gain the opportunity to rush the passer. I think Dallas could come out of this game with multiple sacks this game. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, pat the stats, because y'all.
Let's make it.
You're sick.
Go ahead.
Real
Go
good.
ahead, do what you
Make it
got to
look
do.
real good.
What you got?
Wait, hold on, wait. We're taking calls, by the way. 1-888-855-2297. Call us, beep us if you want to reach us, because we up at 8:15 a.m. Please call us. Ask some questions. All right, 1-888-855-2297. I'm going to say it one more time just because I feel like it. 1-888-855-2297. Yeah. All right, Ree, what you got? I'm sorry.
I agree with a lot of what I used to say. I mean, this is, if you look at what they did against the Eagles, even the not so great first half, the Cowboys interior against the Giants interior, I like the matchup for obvious reasons. Kenny Clark, guys, let's not forget this man played his entire career, 9 seasons in Green Bay, came out here and did some damage within days of learning the playbook with Dallas. I think that's what impressed me the most. Days. Imagine what he can do with the full week.
Oh, yes.
Preparing for another team in this system. It's something to watch. Obviously, Osa, even Solomon Thomas.
I get that.
He didn't get enough credit. It was a silent game for him stat-wise. But if you go back and watch the film, he made a very big impact, made some big stops in the red zone. His game, because of Kenny Clark to me, because what Osa can do, like everybody's game just went up a little bit more. Excited to see what Solomon Thomas can do in there as well. But no, the Cowboys should eat, like you said, this should be kind of cake. It's their if it's their home opener, okay? Like, I don't know what else you could want. Yeah. This is like a perfect game to get going, get out the kinks, work on the mechanics, all those things.
So you want to work on the mechanics, but is this a game where you can possibly, Matt Eberflus, try some new things defensively? Or are you just like, hey, hold up, let me just try to clean up what we didn't do last week, lock in this week? What are you doing?
I'm on the fence. I don't think that. So Eberflus in the second half of that game, he elected to blitz a little bit more off the edge. Deron Bland, Trayvon Diggs, and then Deron Bland again. So he brought a nickel. He brought a nickel blitz. And listen, they were so open.
Bro.
They were so surprised that Philly, who is the offensive line that people love and adore and all that stuff, Philly just let them run free. And I feel like they got too happy. Like, did you see?
No.
And then also, too, setting your feet, getting your body, like, I think there's an acclimation period, too. But those are two guys that don't blitz that much. And I think they was like, I'm just free. Ain't nobody going to chip me and nothing. And so they completely So I say all that to say, I'm not sure. We'll see early in this game if Dallas feels like they need to. Because, baby, the way we talking, they may not need to. Washington didn't need to like that.
Nope.
So I wonder if Dallas even feels like doing those things. What I'm looking for is for this edge group to get off to a better start as well. And I understand the difference in playing. I know that Russell isn't as mobile as he used to be, but he will run if he needs to. And I really want to see how this edge group and Fowler and Sam Williams and those guys, how they are able to rush contain early to start this game. Again, far better in the second half of the Philadelphia game. But how they come out and rush contain is going to be important to me, and hold their blocks. And get off blocks is going to be important to me to start this game. So to answer your question, I would be looking for this defense to do some of the basic stuff that they didn't do super well at the beginning of this game, and just continue what they did in the second half of the game and play with that urgency that they played with as well.
All right, well, there's a lot of... I'm sorry, did you have something?
What you got?
My bad.
I was just going to agree with you with Russell Wilson. Like, yes, he's not going to be the Jalen Hurts. He's not a Jaden Daniels. But he will run. He will. And he's actually running for his life, like literally. He is abandoning the pocket quite early, and he is running.
Ain't no pocket.
There's a lot of normally it's mean. I feel like, thank you. Give her the door.
The door. Y'all sending me to
her the door. Oh my goodness.
Here You're a sicko.
So
All right.
expect a lot of scrambles. Long story short.
Not that part. All right. Well, we're going to break down this passing offense, the Giants passing offense, Cowboys secondary, and this defense as a whole. Up next here on Girls Talk, Boys Talk, and what they can do to take advantage. Stick with us after the break. And also, if you want to chat with us, make sure to call 1-888-855-2297. All right. We'll be right back.
How does the cheerleader's hair always look so perfect? We asked, and they shared one of their biggest beauty secrets. If you want hair like theirs and confidence to match, use Babyliss Pro styling tools. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders use Babyliss Pro curling irons to get those perfect game day curls. To get the hair you see on the cheerleaders, head to BabylissPro.com. Use the code Cowboys20 for 20% off Babyliss Pro tools, the official styling tools of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Get the discount while it lasts. Offer may be withdrawn at any time at advertiser's discretion.
When you're on the field, you know what it takes to lead your team and play with confidence. But that confidence shouldn't just stop at game time. It should follow you off the field, too. Join over 500 NFL players who trust Invisalign, the #1 doctor-recommended clear aligner brand. Ready to take the first step towards a smile you'll love? Visit Invisalign.com/NFL and find a doctor near you today. Transform your smile and take your confidence to the next level, both on the field and off.
Discover Aiden, the official luggage partner of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Known for top-tier engineering and craftsmanship, Aiden offers more than just bags. Originating from Australia and designed in New York, it merges fashion, design, and culture. Used by Dallas Cowboys players, staff, and the entire organization, Aiden provides style and functionality for all travelers. Visit AidenTheBrand.com and use code AidenXCowboys for 25% off your purchase. Travel like your favorite stars with Aiden.
All right, Cowboys fans, this one's for us. If the men in your life bleed blue and silver like we do, I've found the perfect way to elevate their game day rituals. Gillette just released their best razor in Cowboys colors, and it is everything a Cowboys fan could want. The new Gillette Labs official Dallas Cowboys licensed razor combines his Cowboys pride with Gillette's best shave. And with 50% longer lasting blades, it is truly the gift that keeps on giving. Get it while you can at Gillette.com/NFL. Gillette's best shave is also available as heated.
Cowboys Nation, the 2025 Dallas Cowboys schedule is officially here and limited tickets are available right now. Get ready to bring the noise as you watch your Cowboys live at AT&T Stadium when they host NFC East rivals Eagles, Giants, and Commanders, plus the Packers, Chiefs, Chargers, Vikings, and Cardinals. Visit DallasCowboys.com/tickets or SeatGeek.com, the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. And we'll be at AT&T Stadium this Sunday for an early game.
It's lit in there, y'all.
It is.
It's gonna be lit in there.
It's going to be a party.
Think so?
Yes.
It's going to be the
Scale
first
1 to 10. How
win
lit
of the
you think it's
season.
gonna be?
Like a
1 to 10.
like a 9. You know, it's
I thought you
Nine.
said close. I thought you said
well, it's
close.
kind of early in the mornings.
It's not the morning.
Kind of. Some people might not be. You know.
They're gonna be tailgating at 9 a.m. They're gonna be ready to go. I kick off.
The commitment.
Talk about lit. You know who's going to be lit on the sideline?
What's the answer?
Matt Eberflus hoping to cook up against this Giants offense. We talked run defense for the Cowboys against this run game from the Giants. Let's break down the Giants passing attack. You talk about Russell Wilson in the first segment. Bree, good point there with just running for his life, but he struggled with that offensive line breakdowns and pretty much everything. 17 of 37, 168 yards, no touchdowns. Giants were 4 of 16 on third downs and, of course, failed on multiple red zone trips. But just what do you like from this Giants passing offense, and what are some opportunities that the Cowboys have that they feel like they could take advantage? Aisha?
They're about to have some fun. That's what's about to happen. Matt Eberflus, yeah, that's what he's doing, watching film. Giants were in the red zone for 13 plays.
Wow.
They could not score. 4 and 16 on third down.
That's like how many points?
a lot left on the field. I mean, you had some opportunities, right?
Yeah, they moved the ball down the field in spots in that game.
And they just couldn't.
Which was
they couldn't
surprising.
finish.
Despite the offensive line. And I don't think if you don't have a Russell Wilson, you don't even get that efficiency because he's able to move outside the pocket and stuff.
Yeah, I don't like the Russell Wilson slander that was happening. I mean, I know that I will say he was sacked twice. There was one I was like, okay, he probably could have avoided that one. He probably didn't have to take that one. I think the middle of the field did not exist when you have a Malik Neighbors. That's tough. But I think everybody can agree Malik Neighbors is the biggest star on this team. It's not a secret. Everybody else, there was flashes, but Malik Neighbors got himself open. Was it 13 targets for Malik? 12. 12. He was 5 for 12. 71 yards. So when we were, let's just, again, thankful. We're going back to CD's bad game. Okay. It's not so bad anymore.
He's going to lose it over there.
I do. You brought up Theo Johnson. I was surprised. I felt like when he got the ball, he was impactful, if you will. Only got a few targets there, but that's a 6'6", 265-pound guy. Like, 4th round coming out of Penn State, 331 receiving yards, ranked as the 5th most by a rookie tight end. That was last season. Surprised that not surprised because the O-line, but I would expect if you can get it to one of your bigger targets, you do. Wan'Dale Robinson, I didn't see a lot from him in this game. He's really your slot receiver go guy on this offense. But if you find a way to shut down Malik Neighbors, I don't think this team is doing much. The run game's not going to improve because of the O-line in a matter of a week. Malik Neighbors is going to do what he's hungry, but man, that man is fighting for his life as well. He gets open, but the window is so it's this much to get that ball there. And there was even one play he managed to get it. I don't even think it was a blitz. I think it just got to him. So Russell Wilson's throwing the ball as he's going down, and the ball was literally like a lollipop. And Malik Neighbors still was able to get it, but it's just bad. It just don't look good.
Well, and you know what makes it worse is that, Mike Kafka's system is a kind of push the ball down the field, vertical route type system. They don't got enough time for that. They don't got enough time to really attack down the field that they want to do. Now, one thing that they do want to do is set up the screen game. Like you mentioned, Theo, they want to get their tight ends involved. They want to get some of their receivers involved, like we talked about with Wan'Dale. He's a guy that literally is, as of right now, he might be the most efficient weapon that they have offensively because of what he does in motion, what he can do out the backfield, what he can do in the flats. He's, to me, right now, just based off of the fact that they don't have enough time to throw the ball, I am more concerned with Wan'Dale. And I'm more concerned with him and who's the other gentleman? And Theo. More than anything. And I know that, because if Russ can't get the ball downfield, he's going to try to keep it in the intermediate to short game. They were trying to establish some, and there were times that they were able to establish to create some gaps just because of the motions. Kafka's not going to do a whole bunch, but he does enough to move guys to move guys off their spot. I think the tight ends do have some blocking ability. Theo Johnson, that was one of his calling cards from college. So they will get some push from those guys, and I think that's what you saw in the game when they were able to get downfield. They were getting some help from their tight ends. They were getting some help from those guys, and Kafka was trying to scheme it up. But, yeah, it's limiting because so much of his scheme is to create mismatches and to really try to exploit downfield, and you can't do that right now. So they're limited. So I expect a lot of screen game and them trying to keep everything kind of in the intermediate game because that's all they got time for. Quick game, maybe. They might go quick game as well.
Slants.
Yeah, a lot of slants, a lot of quick outs. Cowboys are going to have to come up and tackle, I believe. I think it's going to be important for them to come up and tackle early in this game because this is an offense that, because of how it is, they're going to be relying on yak. And they do have guys that can go get it if they get the chance to get it. So, yeah.
That's what I was going to go to is corners going to have to come and tackle everybody in the secondary, but also the linebackers. They're going to have to do some things as well with what y'all saw last week. The hesitation in terms of helping in the run game, also the hesitation and kind of helping in the pass game as well. where do y'all feel like they need to kind of improve against the Giants?
Chris, can you hit the button?
Stop.
What it was? Hit the button of Nicole.
Stop!
Can you do the wake up?
Wake up! There you go.
There you go. Like, yeah, like.
Wake up!
Yeah, thank you. That's what the linebackers need to do. And I will say again, I'm trying to make sure that I preface by saying that they went up against arguably one of the best offensive lines in football last week, but the linebackers struggled early in that game to, number one, Murray, this was one of our first time seeing him. I think he struggled in coverage. I think some of the decisiveness and his instincts weren't there, where he was kind of waiting for things to happen, and that's when those blockers were able to get up on him. Sanborn, he saw the plays, he read the plays, and he was missing tackles. There was like 3 or 4 tackles where I was like, he's right there. He read it. He's just overshooting, or he's not setting his feet and making the tackle. And then Damone Clark, he got lost in the scrum as well. So for me, I want them to trust their keys, trust their eyes, and to short tackle, and if you see it, to go. Like, not to be super, like, and not wait. You can't wait with these guys. Just get up on these guys, go tackle, because the defensive line is setting them up. The defensive line is getting double teams, is doing what they need to do. These guys just got to feel and do their part. Help that defensive line out. It ain't nothing worse, I'm sure, as a defensive lineman than making sure that you hold your gap, and then you waiting for your linebacker to come through, and you just like, all right, brother, you gonna come through it? No. So I'm looking for the linebackers to be more certain and to come up and short tackle and to just not let these blockers get up on them. They barely can anyway. So
And more Maris do a foul?
Yeah, we hope.
Now, ladies,
Yep.
any info on that? Any info on what is going on with that? I know that he grabbed somebody by their face mask and was dragging them like a puppy early in the game. But did that play a role in him not being on the field? What are we talking about here?
I don't feel like Brian Schottenheimer directly addressed that. I feel like that's kind of like the speculation, because from what we saw in training camp, from what we saw in the preseason, because he was getting quite a few reps, and that was confusing as well in the preseason. But Brian Schottenheimer said kind of similar what he said about the Jaden Blue situation, is that this has to be earned. So that confused me, because I think we can all agree it felt like from our standpoint it could be earned. So I think that's where the speculation about, okay, well, he got a little feisty. We know very much how Schottenheimer feels about discipline, and maybe that penalty, the early penalty, was just like kind of thing. So I'm interested to see how it plays out, though, in week 2. I think that will be more telling, because Brian Schottenheimer isn't really giving that one away, if you will. So,
Well, we got a caller. We have 2 callers.
Oh.
The first caller we're going to take is Mike out of Jersey. Mike, what's up? What you got for us?
What's going on, ladies? How y'all doing this morning?
Good. How are you?
I am okay. I had a late morning today. Took kids to daycare about 5 minutes ago. But, yeah, otherwise pretty good. I mean, you got all the energy for me, Hutch, so we're good.
Sorry. I know.
No. Don't be sorry. I appreciate it. This is what I get up for.
Well, we appreciate you.
I think, Aisha, you're on to something. I think that is why we didn't see Marist that much in that game, is because of that situation. Now, Shotty has preached playing aggressively. He wants violence. He wants physicality, but toe to the line. You know what I mean? Don't cross it. And the fact that that line was crossed probably cost him some playing time. Now, if you ask me, I think Maris Leofold doing that was in response to what Jalen Carter did. You know what I'm saying? That's if you ask me. But I think we'll see a lot more of Marist this week coming. And as far as the defensive line and the linebackers go, from what I've seen from that Washington game, I don't think we're going to be using a lot of our linebackers as far as getting pressures this week, because I don't think we need to.
that's fair.
I really don't think we need to. I mean, no Andrew Thomas, who was something Smith, that kid? Yeah, it's going to be a bad time for those guards. I think it's going to be a real bad time. But there is something I wanted to expound on. So last week we saw a lot of CD targets. I think that was in the design. You know what I'm saying? So I think this week is going to be a lot more George Pickens. A lot more George Pickens. You know what I'm saying? So it's for George, I think it's just all about being patient. You know what I'm saying? I just need him to be a little patient.
Yeah.
I know last week was probably a little shock for him because he really wanted to get it going, but I don't think that was the design.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
Agree.
No, yeah, and I think I do think that again, this is our first time seeing Dak and Pickens play together in real time. I mean, we had to practice, the Rams practice, but let's be real here, it's not the same. So I do think that there's some confidence and acclimation that has to be built with those guys as well. So I agree with you. Like I think it's awesome that you mentioned being patient, but I do think that they can be intentional with getting him involved in how they do that, especially in a game like this where you should be able to attack their secondary too. Again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I'm going to be honest with you, that's not looking good. What are they, who's this guy? Paulson Adebo is his name. Apparently he was pretty good. And where was he? At the Saints, but CD was cooking him there too when it was just CD. So yeah, I don't see much coming from this Giants game as far as complications, aside from their front four. Their front four is not something to look away from because Dexter Lawrence, man. Like, let's be honest, like it's Dexter Lawrence. So I mean, but we shall see. I'll just go back to listening. I appreciate you, ladies.
No, we appreciate you,
Thank you,
Mike.
Mike.
Thank you so much. You did make a good point of needing to get, this could be a game for GP, and hopefully it is. Get his confidence up because, I don't think it's down, but, just to kind of get him involved, like you mentioned, I think that's huge for him. But we are going to go to our second caller because we got another one. Sergeant Sue in Fort Worth, what you got?
Hey, good morning, ladies. How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Hello.
Doing well. Hey, y'all may have touched on this already. And I apologize if I had, but one thing that you guys did touch on that I want to chime in on is Eberflus and how he's going to play this week. I do think that, like, I share the sentiments. I think it was Aisha that was basically saying, like, this is a week for him he's playing, a less formidable opponent. So this is a week for him to really try to clean up the things that Cowboys, messed up on last week regarding keeping containment, staying in your rush lanes and things like that. So that's one thing that I'm looking forward to him doing. Maybe he doesn't have to pull out all the blitzes and the stunts and stuff. He can kind of stick to the fundamentals and see if we can get that cleaned up this week. The second thing that I wanted to talk about was Diggs. I know he only played, I think it was less than like 45% of the snaps. And the fact that, Hurts and all those weapons didn't have a dynamic game, to me, is just a testament to how well the secondary held up because the pass rush wasn't there in the first half. So I'm looking forward to him, being more healthy this week and seeing what they can bring. So, I appreciate y'all taking my call. Usually I'm a storyline guy, so I didn't even know you guys took calls. I apologize. I got to start listening a little bit more, and I'll start calling in. I appreciate y'all. I've enjoyed the show so far.
You definitely got to listen. You definitely got to come through. So, now we appreciate the call.
They made some good points. I just wanted to touch on, I know our first caller was talking about, and you mentioned with football getting George Pickens more involved. Similar to the defense, this is a time for the offense to try some things. And the first name that comes to my mind, Lipke. We've been talking about getting Lipke involved.
Mercy.
Yeah. That would be nice to see.
Right.
Cavante Turbin, I know we mentioned a little bit of getting him more involved as well. But, yeah, I thought I was going to see a little more Lipke.
Yeah, and Ferg as well. That's one thing that Coach Schottenheimer said in his presser is that they didn't get enough opportunities on the ground. Philly was very aware that your offense was cooking their defense because they play keep away, which is something that they do. They do ball control. They will hold the ball, long drives, and that's what they opted to do. So Dallas didn't even get a whole bunch of opportunities specifically from the running back position, like and out the backfield to run the ball. I think Javonte Williams had 15 touches, right? Like, and then Miles Sanders had a couple. Like, it wasn't 15. A lot. Yeah, so it wasn't a lot. So that was a sentiment that Shotty shared was like, hey, we didn't even have the ball enough. So time of possession is going to be important in this game, so you can get those guys involved, like you was talking about. It's so funny to me. No, it's funny to me because Dallas, and you look at that game offensively, and you just walk away like, dang, like there's so I say all that to say there's so much they still got in the tank. Yeah. There's so much that they didn't touch on. It's so many things that I know they have not even done.
Agreed.
So,
And I like the second caller's point about Trayvon Diggs.
Oh yeah, fantastic. No, fantastic. And when the secondary the coverage was good on the back end. That was why you saw Jalen Hurts having to escape, and he decided to run. Number one, Eberflus did do some disguising on the back end sometimes, or Jalen just didn't like what he saw, and you didn't see them. You didn't see him. Oh, my bad. Yeah, my bad. Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
You're good.
But yeah. No, but like that's why Jalen was escaping, because Eberflus was knocking him off his first read and making him second guess. I was surprised they didn't go at Elam as much as I thought they would, though. I thought they
probably
would go
testing Trayvon just because of his injury.
I think they're going to continue. I think teams are going to, moving forward, test Elam, because if you got a pick, I thought that they would try Trayvon a little bit more. But after a while, after seeing him out there for a little bit, a quarterback can be like, oh, he look like he could still break on the ball. I ain't about to do all of that. So I'm really curious at who they decide to test from the secondary. I don't know. I do think that they're going to probably try to test Elam. If you had to pick one of the two, Trayvon, he didn't whoop on you for years at this point. And then Deron Bland has as well. So if you're going to pick one, you're probably going to pick Elam, no?
Yeah, and Elam, actually, I think the one target that they did, that was a long one. It was a long one, 40-plus yard reception to Dotson. Yeah, that was the big play. But other than that, the secondary did cover well, like Aisha mentioned. So go ahead.
4 targets between AJ Brown and Devontae Smith.
They shut them down.
Them only putting up 24 points is insane. and one thing I will say, and I'm not trying to take away from the secondary, I'm just saying that I do think that hammy and that groin was bothering those wide receivers for Philly a little bit more than what was talked about, because those guys were not, when you look at them in the game, when you look at the film, they had half speed almost. So I do think that that's something to factor in. But yeah, the Dallas secondary covered well for the majority of the game.
We're going to take our second break here on Girls Talk, Boys Talk. Up next, we have a fun game.
Let's do it.
Stick with us.
We love games.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Do it.
When you're on the field, you know what it takes to lead your team and play with confidence. But that confidence shouldn't just stop at game time. It should follow you off the field, too. Join over 500 NFL players who trust Invisalign, the #1 doctor-recommended clear aligner brand. Ready to take the first step towards a smile you'll love? Visit Invisalign.com/NFL and find a doctor near you today. Transform your smile and take your confidence to the next level, both on the field and off.
Cowboys fans, when it comes to navigating the ever-changing world of tax, your business needs a partner it can trust to tackle even your biggest tax challenges. Ryan is the largest firm in the world dedicated exclusively to business taxes. Our team of tax professionals has local expertise in all areas of tax and can help you uncover savings opportunities you didn't know you had. Learn more about how Ryan can improve your overall corporate tax performance by visiting Ryan.com. Ryan, the official tax partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
How does the cheerleader's hair always look so perfect? We asked, and they shared one of their biggest beauty secrets. If you want hair like theirs and confidence to match, use Babyliss Pro styling tools. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders use Babyliss Pro curling irons to get those perfect game day curls. To get the hair you see on the cheerleaders, head to BabylissPro.com. Use the code Cowboys20 for 20% off Babyliss Pro tools, the official styling tools of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Get the discount while it lasts. Offer may be withdrawn at any time at advertiser's discretion.
Discover Aiden, the official luggage partner of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Known for top-tier engineering and craftsmanship, Aiden offers more than just bags. Originating from Australia and designed in New York, it merges fashion, design, and culture. Used by Dallas Cowboys players, staff, and the entire organization, Aiden provides style and functionality for all travelers. Visit AidenTheBrand.com and use code AidenXCowboys for 25% off your purchase. Travel like your favorite stars with Aiden.
Are you a Cowboys superfan? The search is on for the 2025 Fan of the Year presented by Captain Morgan. Now through September 29th, nominate extraordinary NFL fans, dynamic duos, and game changers who rep the Cowboys with pride and turn every game day into an unforgettable adventure. You could be sent to Super Bowl 60. Enter to win at NFL.com/Fan of the Year today.
Whoa. That's going to be an unforgettable adventure. We're hoping this is an unforgettable phone call. We have Lester in Minnesota. What you got for us, Lester?
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm a storyline caller as well. But I just want to make a comment on the running game. I really appreciate the new coach being committed to the run because I believe that running the ball is the foundation of football, in my opinion. I played in high school, so I understand the concepts or anything of everything. Because then now Dak can do play-action pass, and we got two really good receivers out there in Pickens and CD, and then the rest of them. But those two are the main two, so we can do the play-action pass, and I just think we are on our way. I love the play of the offensive line. I watched them, and they play really, really well. I like that. And the defensive line performed as well, pretty good as well. I'm an offensive and defensive line type of guy and running guy. But that's all I got, ladies. Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys.
Thank you, Lester, out of Minnesota. Ladies, what do y'all feel like this Cowboys run game can rank amongst the rest of the league? I do like what he mentioned, giving the run game a shout-out a little bit. So, yeah, let's talk about that a little bit.
Now, it depends.
Potential.
Well, I think the potential lies in obviously Javonte Williams maybe getting more touches. If he's gonna be like that dude and that dude, then he gets more. We're gonna wait and see what happens with Jadon Blue because I do believe that they will be a good like 1-2 type of punch. I think that they kind of balance each other out, but I do think you need some explosives. I'm not trying to be mean to Miles Sanders because I don't think the Cowboys have had that was one of the longest runs I've seen in McEver. So
49 years.
I want to say, like, don't want to just completely discount what he was able to do in that regard. But with this offensive line and the run scheme and adding in, like, Turpin touches, CD touches, all that stuff, I do think that the run game can be efficient and explosive when it needs to be. It just needs to be consistent in a sense. It doesn't have to be McFlashy because the passing game is where you're going to butter your bread, for real. But it just needs to be supplemental to what you want to do offensively. We'll see what they do with the running back position and how it shapes up as the year goes on. What you got, ladies?
Agreed with a lot of what you said. Brian Schottenheimer said it himself. Javonte Williams is the clear running back one. That's obvious. 15 carries he got in week 1. I expect that number to go up. My only thing is he's not the guy who's going to get those
explosive. No, he's not going to run away from nobody.
That's not what it is. He's your yards after catch. He's going to push. BB says he's the guy that's going to get you 4 every time. He's going to move the chains. But the bursty guy, that is who we believe, what we saw in Oxnard, what we got to see glimpse in the preseason, that is going to be Jadon Blue. And we talked about a little bit about learning the playbook, learning the blocking scheme a little bit, things he wasn't having to do in college. It takes time, and even though you want it to snap like that, it's not. So understandable why he didn't go against the Super Bowl champs in week 1. The Giants, there's a drop-off. This would be, to me, a way to get him out there, get him acclimated. Maybe he doesn't start, but, get him into the rotation. I think he deserves that. Again, there's stuff that's being seen at practice. Schottenheimer also said he needs to earn it, so we're assuming that's being watched at practice, how he earns it. Did he earn it this week? You would hope so. I know Christy made the point about the special teams and areas, and that's kind of why, Flournoy was elevated and what have you. But I think at this point you find a way. There is a way that you can get Blue out on the field.
Yeah. Well, it'll be fun to see if he's out on the field on Sunday at noon against the Giants. We're going to be talking about the offense, Cowboys offense against Giants defense tomorrow. That is Thursday. Make sure to wake up with your girls at 8 a.m. here on Girls Talk Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign. For Brianna Aldridge, Aisha Morrison, I'm Nicole Hutchison. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this,